Or worse yet, maybe it's none of those things and it's all of this right here. Maybe it's that you have to sit in the same pew every Sunday because you know who's going to sit beside you. And it might be too uncomfortable if somebody else does. Or maybe it's that we're too busy working for the church, making sure that we keep all the things going, doing all those things that we've always done, that we don't have time for something like community groups where we can develop relationships, build relationships, and learn about God. We all have a boat. I have a boat, and I'm not insinuating for a minute that I have this figured out, so don't take it that way. We all have a place where we feel comfortable, and we can all come up with things that hold us back from getting out of the boat. But if we believe, if we truly believe that living our lives with Jesus is the only way to heaven and the only way to avoid hell, we need to live like we believe. We need to realize that choosing comfort today, staying in the safety of the boat, over stepping out, may not exactly lead to hell, but it's not going to help anybody else get to heaven. If we look back at our scripture in Acts, it says, they broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their numbers daily those who were being saved. As I mentioned, we set this aspect of spiritual growth over here. We're going to bring it back now and we're going to talk about it. And as I mentioned, growth has two aspects. It has spiritual and numerical. But I think the scripture gives us some great insight into that. If we want to see numerical growth in our church, if we want to fill this space here, if we want to be more effective at saving people's lives, we have to increase how much we as a congregation are growing spiritually. How much time are we spending together talking about God and all that that encompasses? We have to deepen our relationships as fellow Christians so we can develop relationships with those that need to hear about Jesus. Leadership's desire for the next 6 weeks is at the end of the series, each of us, regardless of how mature or immature we may be, identifies at least one thing, just one thing, that we're going to do for God's kingdom that's a little uncomfortable, that's outside of our comfort zone, that's not in that boat. Maybe in 6 or 7 weeks you'll decide that you need to be here on Sunday morning more regularly. Maybe you'll decide that, no, I need to do that and I need to read my Bible more regularly. And I'm going to talk to somebody about holding me accountable to that. Maybe you'll want to start a community group. Maybe you'll want to be a part of one. Who knows? Or perhaps you'll just invite somebody into your house to have them in, to talk to them. And who knows, if it slides into the spiritual, great, but you're developing a relationship. Maybe in 6 or 7 weeks, you'll have picked somebody, a close friend, that doesn't know Jesus, or a close friend that maybe did know Jesus and doesn't come to church, isn't involved, and you have them in your house, and you pray that He will give you, that God will give you the chance to talk to Him, about God. As Jessica mentioned, we have a theme song, and we're going to sing it again now to close our service. The lyrics to the song are pretty simple. I really like it. I've listened to it a few times this week, trying to make sure that I was getting the gist of it. And the chorus is what I like the most. It starts out with, where you go, I'll go. This line is the whole basis of what each of us has to ponder today. It's what we have to ponder tomorrow, and it's what we have to ponder every day. Are we going to stay in our nice, comfy boat with all the things that we let take up our time, our money, our lives? Or are we going to do as this song says and follow Jesus? To love who Jesus loved, serve where Jesus served, and just like Jesus, let our lives be used for God and His kingdom no matter what. As you leave this morning, Mark's going to be at the back to answer any questions that you might have with regards to Darren. I know there might be some of them, and he'll explain them to you. Jeremy and I are going to be back there as well to answer any questions you might have about these community groups. We've laid out a table back there with the sign-up sheets for the community groups. There's a sign-up sheet for every night of the week, so there's 7 chances to figure this into your schedule. 7 chances to make this a part of your week for the next 6 weeks. That's it. There's only 6 weeks to it. My hope is that each of you will do as Peter did and take that first step out of the boat and at the very least sign up for these 6 weeks. Sign up for these 6 weeks of study and fellowship, and maybe, who knows, in 6 to 7 weeks, just like Merle, we may all learn how to walk on water.
Lord, I pray that as we go out this week, you